Wildcats, it's March, which means March Madness. We got our own little version today, WeGo Madness. We have our learning, living, leading, and likes. Had to think of a fourth L bracket. We got it down to the Sweet 16 of some of the best things here at WeGo. We're gonna find out who reigns supreme. I have a special guest, the professor. Brian Turnbow here in studio today to help analyze the brackets, be our co-host. Brian, what do you see here when you look at the learning bracket? What do you think the favorites are? We got the students as the #1 seed. Any thoughts or analysis here?
Well, I don't think you ever want to sleep on the cafeteria. I watch the students that are always lined up for those Frappuccinos, the Oreo ones in the morning. Pretty powerful stuff. You got to think they got to be an early favorite. However, this is March Madness and we can't go to the dance without a Cinderella. And for that, I have the science labs. I think the students are going to have a surprise for us.
Raps for the cafeteria down here in the likes. The #3 seed, that line is getting out of control anymore. The kids just love them. We can see them go on a run. Remember in March, it's not always the best team that wins. It's the team that gets hot and goes on a roll.
Yeah, we just don't know what's going to happen. That's why they call it March Madness.
Let's go ahead and start in the learning conference.
Upper left hand corner, the learning bracket. We got the 1 seed, the students, the student body. They're here every day to learn, bring the energy. They're facing off against the auditorium, an inanimate object, if you will, but you know, a historic place here in the building.
So many memories, memories being built, amazing performances by the drama program.
And did you know, back in the 50s, that served as the gym floor?
I did not know that. That's interesting.
You learn something new every day here on Friday Funday. So students against auditorium, the 1 versus the 4.
I think as a member of the student body, I would be letting everyone else down, all 2,000 of us, if I didn't put the students ahead.
All right, advance them in the brackets here. We're gonna move the students over there. We're going to the lead 8, folks.
No surprises there. We have a strong student body. They show up every day. They learn.
They're the #1 seed in that bracket for a reason. All right, Wildcats, who am I here with?
Thomas Cabrera. I looked at all this. The only thing speaking to me is homecoming.
You want to start the likes region. We got our #1 seed, the homecoming, against our #4 seed. Another popular thing with students and teachers, maybe not, but you ask, are the test retakes. So we got our homecoming going against test retakes.
I think it's gonna be homecoming.
Homecoming
Okay,
takes
core memories being built. Not hard to see why that would be advancing into our tournament. Absolutely.
Again, #1 seed for a reason. All right, Wildcats, I'm here with
Sean Blickham.
So in our first round matchup, we got our 2 seed prom, just around the corner, less than 2 months. Tickets go on sale Tuesday, folks, don't forget. Or wraps from the cafeteria. You ever get a wrap from the cafeteria, Sean?
I have, but it's pretty expensive. Getting one every single day.
They're not cheap. You can't get them every day. More of a special treat, maybe a cheat day, you know. But they got a spinach wrap, they got flour wrap, maybe a sun-dried tomato wrap.
You can choose your own toppings. So
yeah, I mean custom-made wraps.
I've been anticipating prom for freshman and sophomore year, so honestly, I'm thinking prom's gonna go on. I'm thinking prom.
Prom's gonna move on, something that you're gonna remember the rest of your life. Thanks, Sean. All right, Wildcats, I'm here with Tia. What year in school are you? Freshman. All right. So we still have some first round matchups in here. We haven't touched the leading bracket or the living bracket yet, or you can go with that learning bracket.
I'm gonna do leading.
Leading. All right. We got #1 seed, the teachers. You know, we're here leading every day. 4 seed, Den.
Teachers. Where's Den? I'm gonna say Den.
Oh, we got our first upset. We got our first upset here. Tia, freshman, is going with Den. Our 4 seed takes down the 1 seed. Our first 1 seed falls. We knew it was going to happen.
It's because of the teacher.
It's because of the teacher, though. She loves Den because of the teacher. That's the whole point. Great job, Tia. 4 seed moves on. That's March Madness for you. All right, repeat guest here on Friday Funday. I'm here with Isaiah. We need some first round matchups here, Isaiah. We still have an opportunity here in the leading bracket, the learning bracket, or the living bracket.
I'll go with living.
Living. All right, so we got our #1 seed, the stadium, going against our #4 seed, the beautiful renovated LRC, or we got our 2 seed, Bishop Gym, against 3 seed Commons. Which one is talking to you today? You're gonna go here, 1 versus 4. Which one are you going with? Well, who's moving on, Isaiah?
I'm gonna go with
the stadium.
It was always going to be a tough road for the LRC. Once again, bread over circus with the stadium has been taken care of there.
Stadium Wildcats, I'm here with
Evelyn.
Evelyn, what year in school are you?
I'm a junior.
Junior. Which matchup do you want to predict?
I'll do
So we got Bishop Gym, the 2 seed, versus Commons, the 3 seed. Who's moving on?
Commons.
Commons is moving on. We got another upset.
Yeah, well, when we're looking at the Commons, I mean, there's just so much opportunity to debrief your day, check your phone, and then you get to nourish yourself at the same time. So easy choice.
All right, Wildcats, I'm here with
Maria.
2 first round matchups left. 1 in the learning bracket, 1 in the leading bracket. Which one do you want to go with? The learning bracket, I already got our science lab and our family consumer science labs, both renovated. They're coming up on their 10th birthday, actually. Hard to believe. So who's moving on, the science labs or the family consumer science labs? Science labs are moving on. Go ahead and move it on to the next round, too. Lead 8.
Food losing? That's a surprise to me. I mean, you walk downstairs and you smell those amazing cookies or whatever it is that they have, especially on bacon days, forget about it. So for me, that's an upset.
All right, Wildcats, I'm here with Bree. One first round matchup left. It's over here at our leading region. Our 2 seed is the Wildcat Athletics and Activities Program versus our 3 seed, our principal, Dr. Dwyer. Who's moving on in your bracket?
Probably the Wildcats.
Yeah, you don't have to be ashamed of that. You're a part of it. Volleyball player, basketball player, softball player, right? We'll see what the Elite 8 brings. All right, Wildcats, we've made it to the Elite 8. This is where legends are born. This is for a berth in the Final Four. Who am I here with?
Leah. Riley.
Which quadrant is speaking to you? Where do you want to make your predictions this morning?
Should we do homecoming and prom? Sure.
Out of our likes region, the Elite 8, homecoming versus prom, 2 staples of the school year, 2 of our biggest events, but only one can move on. One's going to go home crying. Who's moving on?
Prom.
Prom, they're excited about prom. Less than 50 days away at Navy Pier. Prom moving on to Final Four. Go ahead and move them over there. All right, Wildcats, I'm here with
Miles.
Miles, what year in school are you?
Junior.
Junior, did you ride your Harley Davidson to school today?
I did not.
Okay. Miles, you get to pick our next Final Four berth. Who will it be?
You know what? I think it's gonna have to come out of the living bracket.
The living bracket. Who reigns supreme in your eyes? He's thinking. It's a tough matchup. That's why it's the Elite 8. It's tough.
Honestly, it's gotta be the stadium.
The stadium moves on. Our first #1 seed to make it all the way to the Final Four.
How do you deny squad those memories, and especially such an amazing season this particular year? Gotta be stadium.
Who am I here with?
Ava. Olivia.
What year in school are you guys?
Juniors.
Set it in sync. I can tell you guys are on the same wavelength. You're going to make a consensus pick here on who makes it to the Final Four. Going with the learning bracket?
Yeah.
What are we going with?
Students, yeah.
Students.
Yeah.
Students are moving on. They're going on to the Final Four, #1 seed. Ava has moved them into the Final Four. 3 of the 4 spots are now taken. We need 1 more Final Four berth. All right, Wildcats. Who am I here with?
Erica.
We're headed to the Final Four. Last matchup, 4 seed Den pulled a huge upset in the first round over our teachers versus Wildcat Athletics and Activities, who took down Dr. Dwyer. Who reigns supreme for you? Is it Wildcat Athletics Activities or Den?
Done.
Den, the 4 seed, Cinderella story. You called it, Professor. You said we're going to see a Cinderella story. We have. Let's go ahead and move Den on to the
This
Final
was not the
Four.
region I was thinking, Mr. Wolf, and I am absolutely blown away.
Wow. You know, I think it speaks volumes as to how good of a job we've done with Den. The students apparently like it. It's moving on to the Final Four as the 4 seed. Let's see if it can make it all the way to the championship. All right, Wildcats, I'm here with Raul. We are in our Final Four. We made it to our Final Four. The students versus the stadium to make to the championship, or Den versus prom. Which one, in your eyes, reigns supreme and deserves a spot in the championship? Students, all right, they're moving on to championship. They were the #1 seed for a reason. All right, Wildcats, you can feel the tension and the pressure building. We are in the Final Four for a berth in the championship. Who am I here with?
Angel.
You've been a part of Den throughout high school. Did you go to prom last year?
I didn't go to prom. I didn't.
Are you going to prom this year?
I'm going for sure.
You're for sure he's going.
I'm
Tickets
going.
go
You
on
have a
sale
choice.
Tuesday. You excited about it?
I'm very excited.
He's
yeah.
very excited about it. Well, let's see though. If you had to pick some of the greatest things here at WeGo, they've made it to the Final Four. Both strong competitors. Prom versus Den. Who's moving on, Angel?
I say prom's moving on.
Prom's moving on.
Moving on for sure.
This slipper does not fit. Den's run is over. Prom is moving on to the championship.
I
No.
mean, we're talking about students versus prom. The energy between these two hitting each other, this could cure the energy crisis in our country. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Without students, there is no prom.
Yeah.
It is one of our biggest events of the year. Huge amount of responsibility to pick the champion of our WeGo Madness. Looking back, you know, students started as the #1 seed, destroyed auditorium, took down the science labs. Had a tough match with Stadium, but they took care of them too. Prom, I really thought Rafts from the Cafeteria, that's my dark horse pick out of that region. No matchup against Prom. Prom took down Homecoming. Prom takes down Den, the Cinderella story out of the Northwest region of leading. Who am I here with that has the privilege of picking this championship in WeGo Madness?
I'm Dylan. I'm a junior.
Julia. Junior.
You guys know each other? You do know each other? Are you going to prom?
Yeah.
Are you going to prom?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to prom together?
Yeah.
Oh, you are! Total chance. I didn't know that.
Right.
I could sense maybe something was going on here. When it gets down to it, when you think about what's the greatest thing about WeGo Madness here, students, the student body, you know, freshmen through seniors, all 2,000 of you, or prom. If you had to pick a champion in our WeGo Madness here, students or prom, who's the winner? You guys can collaborate on your decision if you want.
I'm gonna say students.
Yeah, I agree. Students.
Whoa, okay. They're on the same wavelength. Maybe that's why they're going to prom together. They both say students. Our winner. All right. So the greatest thing about March Madness is anything can happen, and truly anything did happen this morning. We saw upsets, we saw favorites. Professor?
I don't think there was going to be any surprise. I mean, we had some fun along the way, but it really was decided. We have the best students. Of course, they were going to dominate in every possible way.
Yep. You know, it wasn't just the team that got hot, it was the best team that won this year. Let's make it a fun Friday. Good luck with your brackets. One more week to spring break. Prom tickets go on sale Tuesday. We'll see you soon.